airlines are taking away flights to popular U.S. cities. This after many Canadian vacationers apparently are avoiding the U.S. entirely.
Well, if you're planning to fly to the U.S. this summer, you might notice fewer flight options. New data shows a massive drop in demand for air travel between Canada and the U.S., forcing airlines to cut seats and scale back routes.
Why are America's airports looking emptier than ever? Why have over 3 million tourists suddenly decided not to visit the U.S.? And what does this mean for the future of travel, business, and global perception? This is not a theory, this is real. And it's happening faster than anyone expected. In this video, we're going deep into the facts. From official data to on-the-ground reports. You'll discover what's causing this drop, how it's affecting jobs, and what the future looks like for American tourism. Try to stay with us until the end, because the full picture is more serious than any headline you've seen. Let's begin with the most visible sign, silence. Across major U.S. airports, from Los Angeles to Chicago, from Miami to Seattle, terminal traffic is slowing. International arrival numbers have dropped sharply in early 2025. At JFK in New York, arrivals fell by 11.2% in Q1 compared to last year. At San Francisco International, internal airport documents show that duty-free revenue from international passengers dropped by 18% since January. Even TSA checkpoint data confirms fewer people are flying in from overseas. According to Customs and Border Protection logs, roughly 3.2 million fewer international entries were recorded between January and May 2025 than the same period last year. And this isn't because of weather, or war, or natural disaster. This is systemic. And before we go further, if you find this type of factual travel content helpful, don't forget to subscribe. It helps us stay ad-free and focused on real information, not hype. Now let's look at why this is happening. There are 5 main factors behind the drop. First, cost. Airfares to the U.S. have gone up by more than 20% on average. IATA reports that long-haul international flights into U.S. hubs are among the most expensive in the world right now. Round-trip tickets from Asia or Europe to the U.S. can cost over $2,000, and that's economy. Families are simply choosing cheaper destinations. Second, visa delays. U.S. visa wait times in countries like India, Nigeria, and the Philippines are still between 250 and 400 days. That means people have to plan a U.S. trip a year in advance, and most don't bother. Meanwhile, Europe, Japan, and Southeast Asia offer far quicker options. Third, safety perception. The U.S. is dealing with repeated coverage of mass shootings, anti-immigrant policies, and internal unrest. According to a 2024 Gallup International survey, 41% of people from outside the U.S. said they feel unsafe or unwelcome traveling to America. That's a major red flag for tourism. Fourth, global politics. In recent years, diplomatic tensions between the U.S. and several nations, including China, Russia, and Iran, have escalated. This has led to visa restrictions, travel advisories, and even government discouragement of U.S. travel. And fifth, online influence. Social media platforms like TikTok and YouTube are full of viral videos from tourists who had bad experiences. Long waits at customs, harsh treatment at immigration, surprise deportations after landing. Many of these videos go viral and shape perception quickly. And just a quick reminder again, if this video is giving you insight you haven't seen in the mainstream, please hit that subscribe button. We're committed to fact-based breakdowns that don't rely on fear, only truth. Now let's look at what's happening inside the airports. At Orlando International, international flight load factors have dropped to 62%. In Miami, airport retail vendors are reporting 25 to 30% revenue drops from international customers. At Newark Airport in New Jersey, one major cafe chain cut its operating hours in the international wing, citing low traffic. Airport workers have noticed fewer suitcases, fewer families arriving, and fewer tourists needing translation help. It's not just numbers on a spreadsheet, it's visible. Uber drivers near airports are reporting lower pickup rates. Shuttle services are scaling back. Tour bus companies are canceling scheduled routes for summer 2025. And if you've made it this far, thanks for staying engaged. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channel. We cover tourism trends with depth and facts, no clickbait, no drama. Now let's zoom out and look at the impact on the U.S. economy. Tourism is America's second largest export. In 2023, International visitors spent over $213 billion in the U.S. That includes hotels, dining, transportation, attractions, and shopping. But in 2025, the U.S. Travel Association estimates that number could drop below $180 billion. That would be a loss of over $30 billion in spending in 1 year. Hotels are offering deep discounts. Some luxury resorts in Florida are offering free nights just to fill rooms. Tour operators in New York City have laid off staff, and small business owners in tourist areas are struggling to stay open. According to the National Restaurant Association, some tourist-heavy restaurants are reporting 25 to 40% revenue drops compared to last spring. This decline affects everyone, not just airlines. Rental car agencies are selling off excess inventory. Theme parks are cutting part-time shifts. Museums are lowering hours. It's not just a tourism story, it's a job story. 1 in 10 U.S. jobs is connected to travel and tourism in some way. And when 3 million tourists disappear, the ripple effect is massive. So what's being done? Not much, yet. While some in Congress have proposed modernizing visa systems, very little has passed. The Biden administration has acknowledged the slowdown, but most federal attention is on immigration control, not tourism recovery. Meanwhile, other countries are acting fast. Thailand has expanded its visa-free list. The EU is rolling out digital Schengen authorization. And even Gulf nations are aggressively investing in tourism campaigns. America, by contrast, seems stalled. Even domestic airlines like Delta and United are shifting international routes inward, focusing on domestic profit instead. And once again, if you appreciate this long-form, fact-checked reporting, give this video a like, and make sure to subscribe for weekly updates. Now let's explore something you won't see in headlines: tourist sentiment. In a 2025 survey by Booking.com, the top 3 reasons tourists avoided the U.S. were: entry process too difficult, safety concerns, cost too high. Many travelers are now choosing Canada, the UK, or the UAE instead. These countries are investing in friendly airport experiences, easier visa processing, tourist safety hotlines. Meanwhile, the U.S. is getting a reputation for being unwelcoming and unprepared. Even influencers who once promoted the U.S. are now recommending alternatives. Some travel agents in India and Brazil are actively steering clients away from American trips. Others say they're tired of explaining U.S. immigration rules to clients who get rejected anyway. We're now seeing the long-term impact of perception. And here's a tough truth. Once tourism trust is broken, it takes years to rebuild. Ask Egypt after 2011. Ask Turkey after 2016. Ask the U.S. after COVID and recent unrest. That's why this moment matters. Now let's talk solutions. What can fix this? Experts suggest drastically reducing visa wait times, offering short-term digital travel passes, launching global Welcome to America PR campaigns, and improving airport treatment of non-citizens. But so far, none of these steps have been implemented at scale.